Now that the holiday season is over, did you host a dinner party this past holiday season? And if so, how did it go for you? Hi, my name is K.A. Bloch, and I am the award-winning poet and author of 4 books that consist of poetry and prose. Each week on my channel, The Practical Poet, I do a weekly poetry reading, and I tell a little bit of a backstory of how the poem came to be, the inspiration, motivation, etc. One of the poems that I featured recently was called The Dinner Party, and that is from my 3rd book called Gather Seeds of Hope. And this is a fun little poem, kind of a little tongue-in-cheek, about a person trying to plan a dinner party for all of her friends. And she starts working on planning the menu. She's suddenly overwhelmed by all of the different dietary regimens that her friends and family are on. You know, this person is on keto, this person's carnivore, this person's vegan, another person is gluten-free, and so on. She gets very overwhelmed with that task, and so she decides she's going to start moving on to planning the seating arrangements. And she starts to plan the table setting and realizes that she can't place certain people next to each other due to different political views or different, one may be an atheist, different religious views, etc. And so she kind of throws her hands up at that task and says, let me just maybe plan a small cocktail party and with hors d'oeuvres and just cocktails and, see how that goes. And she starts to plan that and realizes, that even that comes with a little bit of risk these days, as there are certain topics that everybody likes to avoid at a gathering. So eventually, she just gets overwhelmed and just throws her hands up in the air and asks that question that most of us have asked ourselves in recent years: can't we all just get along? So if you planned a dinner party, I hope it was a little less stressful for you than it was for the character in this main poem. Again, the poem, The Dinner Party, can be found on my channel, The Practical Poet. The video poetry reading, along with the backstory, can be found on my channel. And the written copy of the poem along with the backstory can be found on my blog of the same name, thepracticalpoet.com/blog. And I hope you will check it out. It is, again, a fun little poem, a little tongue-in-cheek, and kind of pokes fun a little bit at some of us with all of our different dietary restrictions. So I shouldn't say restrictions, dietary preferences, let's call it that. So hopefully you will check it out. Fun little fact, my editor of my book put a little comment into the margin of this poem stating that this was his favorite poem in the book because he could totally relate to what this main character was going through. So I hope you will check it out. Thanks so much for listening. Bye.